Welcome back. In the last video, we talked about where the special 45, 45, 90 degree triangle comes from. We said when we divide a square in half, we end up with 45, 45, and 90 degrees in each of the two sides of the triangle, where your legs of that triangle are going to be exactly the same because, again, they come from a square, which has sides that are exactly the same. Okay? And then we looked at, well, if I know what those two legs are, can I figure out what my hypotenuse is? Knowing that the hypotenuse, we add the two legs squared together inside our square root. And we simplified it to see that the hypotenuse is going to be whatever the leg is times the square root of 2. So let's see how we can apply that to some sample problems. Okay, so my first one here, I know if I were to extend this out so it was my square, all of my sides would be the same. So I know if this side is 8, this side is 8, I would have 8 here and I would have 8 here. Okay, but really we're not worried with any of this here. We're just worried with the actual triangle itself, which we do know, since it's 45, 45, 90, comes from half of a square. Okay, so now all I need to know is what is this hypotenuse? Okay, well we know that whatever x is, whatever the legs are, x, the hypotenuse is that same exact number with a square root of 2 on it. So if this is 8 and this is 8, then my hypotenuse is 8 square root of 2. Okay, I'll see that exact same thing happen on, I'm actually going to skip number 2 for right now, and I'm going to come over here to number 3. I'm going to see that exact same thing happen. So if one leg is 27, the other leg will also be 27, and then my hypotenuse here will be 27 square roots of 2. And we don't have to change it to a decimal. We can leave it looking exactly like this. We could, if we really needed to for some reason, we could go get our calculator from CMS. I'm going to move it all the way over to the left. And just like before, I'm going to shrink my screen around it. And I am going to, I already made that one smaller. Okay, and so now if I wanted to, I could figure out what this 8 square roots of 2 is by doing 8 and then hit second square root of 2. And I could see that it's 11.3137085, which if I did this as my square root of my leg squared plus my leg squared, you'll see you get the same exact answer either way. Okay. But we want to try to avoid in this lesson with the special right triangles, if we can get away without using the calculators, and here we don't have this long answer that we're having to round, we'd like to be able to do that and try to keep it looking simple. 8, 8, 8 squared of 2, 27, 27, 27 squared of 2. Now let's look at number 2 and see how it's a little bit different. So in number 2, I have a 10 squared of 2, and it's on my leg. Okay, or it's on the leg of the triangle instead of on the hypotenuse, where we've normally seen a square root of 2 on the hypotenuse. So here, both my legs are going to be the same, so 10 square root of 2 there, which means there's 10 square root of 2 there, and then my hypotenuse is this leg, 10 square root of 2, and then I have to put another square root of 2 on it. Okay, 10 square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 10 square root of 2 times 2 is 4, and the square root of 4 is 2. So this is really 10 times 2, so that is 20 for my hypotenuse. Okay, so 8, 8, 8 square root of 2, 27, 27, 27 square root of 2, and then when my square root of 2 was kind of in the wrong place where we don't expect to see it, my square root of 2 is here, it kind of canceled itself out. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is really like square root of 2 squared, which just becomes a 2. 10 times 2 is 20. So we kind of took that coefficient on the square root of 2, and we ended up doubling it. Okay? All right, so there's 3 examples of that. We're going to come back and look at a few more examples working with this in the next video. Okay? Thank you so much for watching.